everybody, happy New Year's Eve. Welcome back to another episode on Christy vs. Kitchen. I am a little crunched for time. I was not expecting to do a bake today, but I did have a cake in mind that I had been wanting to make for quite some time, and I actually ended up already having the ingredients here. So this is gonna be a very quick bake today. I've never made it before, but there can absolutely be no room for error because I'm not gonna have time to remake it, and I'm not gonna be able to taste it before it's served to the party tonight. So literally there's no room to make any mistakes today. Nothing too formal today. I just wanted to bring you along for the ride, and hopefully we have a successful bake because we don't got a choice. What we're gonna need for today's bake, first, we need an angel food cake pan. So to get started, we need to make the cake batter. We're gonna need baking soda, powder, flour, unsalted butter at room temperature, sour cream. Some of these bakes have the most surprising ingredients. So again, we're on a time crunch today. We have no room for error, and we're not gonna be able to taste it before it's served. So fingers crossed, say a little prayer. Let's get started. First thing we need to do is cream the butter and sugar. We need 12 tablespoons of butter and 1.5 cups of sugar. So while this is creaming, I'm just gonna get the rest of the ingredients that are immediately gonna go in. We actually need eggs, so don't forget the eggs, and we'll add the eggs one at a time. We will add the sour cream. We need 1.25 cups of, and we need to add the vanilla. Now for the sour cream. Now it says in a separate bowl, we're not gonna make, it says in a separate bowl we are going to mix the dry ingredients, which is gonna be the flour, the baking soda, and the baking powder and the salt. Smells good. Now what we're going to do is create the strudel that is going to go inside the cake batter and on top. What we're gonna need is brown sugar, flour, unsalted butter, cinnamon, and nuts optional. I don't like nuts in my cake, so I'm not going to put nuts in this. Would you put nuts in it? Let me know down below. So it said specifically we are supposed to mix this all up with my hands. Sometimes cooking, I feel like a kid playing in Play-Doh. Now we're about ready to assemble the cake. We need to grease and flour this. We are going to put half of the batter in here, and then the streusel on top of that. Then we'll put the rest of the cake batter on top, and then we'll sprinkle the rest of this on top, and then we'll let it bake.
Right as I was putting the cake in the oven, I just got a text message from Eric saying he's got a flat on his bike. So I gotta go pick him up and hurry and get back here before the cake is ready. If I wasn't on a time crunch before, I am now. Need a ride?
Yeah. What do you think, teens? Does it smell so good in here? All right, everybody. It looks okay. What we're supposed to do is try to take this out somehow and let it cool on a cooling rack. Then we're gonna add the glaze on top of it, but it smells amazing. I don't recommend doing that at home. Ouch. Oh, baking hazard. All right, we're gonna need 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and then 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Definitely gonna add a little bit of water, but the drizzle looks pretty good. And because it is winter time, I do want to, I've seen people do this where they just kind of dust it with powdered sugar. So I do want to do it just to kind of put my own twist on it. All right, She's done. So I have a busy rest of the day to get ready for New Year's Eve, and I will see you guys in a few hours. All right, you guys, we are just about ready to head on over to the party. I'm super excited to present this cake. I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. At least I hope so. It looks really, really beautiful.
Thing about coffee cake that everyone really cares about is the topping. And I need to try this topping one more time. It's a little salty. It's a little salty. What?
You guys, the cake is really salty. So
I like it. It still got sugar in it. It's good.
see y'all in 2021. So the strudel, I believe this is where I went wrong. It calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I used this guy, which is a 1/2 teaspoon, and I'm pretty sure I doubled the salt, and that's where we went wrong. So this should turn out better. Looks good so far. All right, so we made the cake. It turned out beautiful. I definitely made sure to triple check the amount of salt, and now we're going to try it to see if it's sweet, because I really didn't want to end 2020 on a salty note, but we did, and I would like to start 2021 on a sweet note. So, you ready to try this? So you remember what it tasted like last night?
I certainly do.
It's a little salty.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's like a totally different cake. This is what a coffee cake is supposed to taste like. All right, we've been redeemed. Cheers.